Oh, you dirty bastard, Cam. I saw you that time. Yeah. Cam like to start the recording when we're not looking.
Oh.
They just have us sitting here talking regular, like, yeah, so I assassinated the congressman. And then I hit we live. Yeah, it'd be evidence? Like, you don't know what I'm talking about. What up, peeps? We're back with another edition of Daddy Issues. Keon is away on business. When you say that, you just picture Keon in a suit, a briefcase. It's an empty briefcase. Ain't no paperwork. In it. Yeah, it's just got maybe a sandwich, a drink in a bottle, and then that's
and a phone charger.
Yeah, that's all that's in his briefcase. But he's away on business. So we got Ryan Lumas here.
Yeah.
Have you done this before?
I have not done this before.
Oh, welcome, man. Welcome.
Thank you.
I wasn't sure because I be going a lot too, so
yeah,
I might forget who.
Me and my
through.
Beard. Thank you.
Yeah, the beard is. I really just invited you for the beard. I wanted to know.
I'll ask him anything.
What the beard had to say on issues.
He has a mind of his own.
Well, let him talk. I just hear you. Let the beard chime in. Yeah, now we cooking. Nah, that's the nitty gritty. That's the side of the story I want to hear. We got Maya, of course.
Hello.
In the building. I see you drinking La Croix.
Yes, sir.
Nasty.
Bougie.
Nasty beverages. I don't know. Maybe it's a flavor out there that I might enjoy, but
pamplemousse.
Yeah.
Which we found out was
from Cam. French for grapefruit. Not supposedly I was in French club. I took 2 years of French. I did not know that was grapefruit.
I'm gonna start serving women pamplemousse in the morning. Hey girl, come ahead and get a bowl of this pamplemousse.
I got you some pamplemousse and some water to start your day. The ingredients: only carbonated water, naturally essenced. Okay. I feel like they holding back on more.
Naturally essence is a fancy fart.
Right. Naturally essence. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't had a flavor that I liked on that yet, but I don't miss carbonation though.
You don't?
Nah. I really don't need the throat scratch. That's all it is a throat scratch.
I like the way it tickles the roof of my mouth.
The way it essences the roof of your mouth. Ryan is a father as well.
Yeah.
Tell us your. But you got 2 kids.
I got 2 boys. 2 boys.
How old are
they? Carter is 5 and Roman turned 3 yesterday.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. So his birthday is close to yours.
Yeah, the day after.
So you was wishing like, man, come on, just come out.
I wanted it. I really wanted him for my birthday because the deal was if he's born on my birthday, he'll have my name.
Oh.
But he came the day after, so we gave him my initials. His name is Roman Anthony Lumas. My Ryan Anthony Lumas.
Okay, Anthony is a good name. A lot of people out here.
It's all right, man.
They sleep on Anthony as a name. What you mean it's all right, man?
Because no one goes by Anthony anymore.
Yeah, I do.
When?
In school.
When's the last time you've been in school?
I mean, that's neither here nor there, but I went by Anthony in class.
Okay.
You know,
if I called you, it was like, "Can I speak to Anthony?" What would you?
Be like, oh, it's official. But I wouldn't try. I've never been like, don't call me that. It's just Tony is just easier to say.
If I see you across the street, I'll be like, "Yo, Anthony."
I might look. I might be like, oh snap.
But you go give the slow turnaround, like, who is this?
Right. I'll probably look right away. I'll be like. Yeah, I just keep going. Even if you called me Tony, I would still just keep going.
Okay.
Yeah, it'd be like Tony.
You still gonna keep it just right.
Let me get up out of here. So, Roman and Carter.
Yeah.
Carter's 5.
Yeah, he'll be 6 in March.
Dang, man, seems like y'all just had them.
Right. You were. I want to say you were there. It's not like you were in the room, but you were around. For the baby shower and all that, where we thought he was a girl.
Yeah.
A whole pregnancy, we thought he was a girl.
Why?
6 ultrasounds said he was a girl. We had an ultrasound a week before the baby shower to make sure it was a girl. And the doctor was like, yeah, we still see the parentheses, which is what they call the vagina. We still see the parentheses. We're like, all right, cool. Had a name picked out and everything like that. Carter was born. And the doctor was like, congratulations, it's a boy. I said, the hell it is?
Y'all had to scramble for
it was like, And she was high as hell in a recovery room. Just came up with Carter. Like that wasn't on any list.
She was like, Carter.
Yeah, I was like, you must be fantasizing about somebody named Carter because it was in the back of your head somewhere.
She was like, huh? What? This a boy? Carter. Just waiting for Carter came out penis first, just to let y'all know. They had to pull him by the penis to get him out of there.
Yes, like, they did.
Y'all better recognize I am a boy.
Yes.
Man. Y'all gonna tell him that when he gets older. Like,
man.
We thought you was a girl.
All his time. like the pictures, his first week or so, he was in all pink.
That was the outfits that's was provided.
That's all we had, bro.
Yeah,
pink stroller. He had that pink stroller. Or it was like pink and purple for like a year and a half, 2 years.
He's getting his Cameron on, man. Call him Cameron. That's funny, man. Like, how much did he weigh?
How much do babies weigh nowadays? I don't know. He was normal.
7 pounds.
Yeah, he was normal. It was like 7-8 pounds. Yeah. You know, He was on the skinny side.
Okay.
Yeah.
That ultrasounds, man. I never see the penis when they point it out. Like when they was like, "Here's the penis right here." I'm like, I don't see that. All I recognize is the head. Everything else, they be pointing like this little dark spot right here. They circling. This is the penis. I'm like, what? It just looked like darkness with shades of gray in there.
It's like people say they see figures in clouds. That's what it's like.
Man,
it's like you have to have an imagination.
Well, at least I can see the cloud figures. I'm like, oh yeah, I see Frederick Douglass in his cloud formation. But they be finding penises out of nothing. You can see the parentheses. Right? No, I can't.
I can't.
All I see is the head. I know it's a human in there. That's all I got. There's a baby present.
Well, it's funny. Like how you say you can't see. Like people say they see facial features.
Yeah.
Like Chaz was like, "Oh, I know my baby was mine because I saw her nose." I was like, "You recognize the nose, bruh?"
No.
Nah, man. Like it's no HD
ultrasound. Well, in Chaz's defense,
are there HD ultrasounds?
They have those 3D ones out now that look really good.
Those 3D ones are creepy.
Very.
But in Chaz's defense, I guess since Chaz and Yo have different noses, it would be easier to be like, "Oh yeah, it's my nose."
Okay.
You know what I mean? Because they don't have the same nose structure, nostril setup. He got the black nose. He got the black people nose. So I guess it would be easier to find that.
I could see.
But if there was 2 black parents, I don't want to hear that. Like, man, how you know?
And Nicole and I are both mixed, so it was like we had no idea what this baby was going to look like.
Right. And where do the kids live? Where do they live?
They're in Michigan. Yeah, okay. They're in Michigan. I'm going to see them for Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
So. Yeah.
Did they have plans to moving out of Michigan?
Nah. Their mom is like dead set on staying in Michigan.
Tucked in?
Yes, definitely. Full tuckage up to the chin.
And you and mom get along?
We're cordial.
Okay.
We're cordial.
Like, how you doing? Yes, the kids.
Yeah.
Like that.
Yeah. Well, we definitely have our differences. Mm-hmm. I recently removed her from all social media because it wasn't just her. It was on my end too. Friends going back and forth telling like, "Hey, you saw what Nicole did? You saw this?" And I'm like, "Okay." And then they were going back and telling her stuff that I did.
Yeah. What did you do?
Well, I didn't do, okay, for instance.
What'd you do, right?
I have a YouTube channel, and I had this camera that I purchased when I was out in Michigan.
Uh-huh.
I've been out here 2 years now. And so in the video, I mentioned, "Hey, I got a new camera. I'm testing this out, blah, blah, blah." She took it as, someone was like, "Oh, did you see Ryan has this new camera?" She's like, "Oh, you got money to buy new cameras?"
Oh, we on that.
Okay.
Yeah.
And she had made this long social media post about it. I was like, "Hey," I politely texted her. I was like, "You're wrong. This is the same camera that I've had when I was with you, blah, blah, blah." I was like, "Who's going back and telling you?" She's like, it's not, it doesn't matter. I'm like, okay, well, and at that point I was like, you know what? Anyone, and I even sent out messages to people like, "Hey, if you are friends with her, I can't be friends with you. Social media wise, we're still friends. And if you feel like we're still friends, then we can remain so. But social media wise, nah, man.
You out of here.
Yeah.
So you had to block them, actually.
Yeah, like I deleted, blocked, did all this stuff. I switched my page not to private, but like friends only type thing, because I was completely open on my social media, and it's like, it's like, okay, like people are going back and finding stuff, trying to create, mischief. So.
Right. Man, that sucks, man. Because y'all doing the child support thing.
Yeah. I'm doing the child support.
Right.
Yeah, so it's like, oh, you out here buying new cameras and doing this and doing that. Like, I worked for the big three while they were out here for the championship. It was just for a weekend. I did some work for them. So part of that little rant she went on social media, oh, you got a new camera? You out here at Laker games and stuff? Because I took a picture of myself in the Staples Center.
Yeah.
And so she was like, oh, you out there front row at Laker games? I was like, I wish I was front row.
Right.
I'm working out here. Like, this money that I'm getting, you're getting.
Right.
So like, it's just, and I can see like it looks a certain way on social media. The lifestyle that we live, the job that we do is fun sometimes.
Right.
So we get different benefits, and so it looks like, oh, you're going out to eat here, you're doing this, you're hanging out with this person, you're doing that, when in actuality, like, I'm working.
Right.
So
how do y'all come up with like a sum on the child support tip?
So what they did was they
Who was they?
Initially, her and her lawyer Googled how much a TV writer makes in Los Angeles. So they were like, I see he's shaking his head over and he's like, oh, hell. So they were like, oh, they can make about this.
They could.
Yes. So for a WGA show, the minimum is $4,500. So you got to think of they
$4,500 a week.
A week.
Okay.
So and then there are those shows that make more than that. Like when you're on shows like, I'm just saying, Friends, they were making like $1 million an episode. The writers, or not $1 million. They were making close to like.
I'm sure they were six figures. Yeah.
6 figures.
The cast was getting $1 million.
So they, they're doing all these averages, and I was on the higher end. Like, well, it's just like, it was like, oh, you have the ability to make. Right. I think the number was like almost like $6,000, a week. So we're gonna take that and then average it, and you pay a certain percentage of that. Oh. I was scrambling for paychecks, man, because I was like, wait, this is how much I made this month. Like,
you got to.
I ain't made $6,000. Like, at that time, I had to make $6,000 in 3 months.
Right. So
I was like, no, this is and yeah. So they do an average. They also take like what she makes, how much she pays, and like medical. Cause I don't have medical. Well, I have medical through the VA. But she pays for medical, so they're like, okay, well, she pays for this, so we're gonna tack that on, and yeah, it's all kind of math out there.
Man,
were you able to fix that?
Oh yeah. It went from I was slated to pay like 2 G's a month, now I'm not even paying half that. But
okay.
I send them, that and more if I can.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, for instance, it was Roman's birthday, so. I paid the child support, and then I sent extra for his birthday, and on top of gifts,
Right. I hate it when the courts got to get involved. Like,
yeah.
Especially, it really depends on the parents, I guess. Yeah. Like, cause I never had to go through the child support thing, but it just sucks, especially when you were gonna send money.
Yeah.
And now it's like, oh, you gotta send.
Now you got it. Yeah. And it affects your credit too, man.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, man.
Whether you pay or not.
Whether you pay or not. So there was so when she had filed like back in February, and they started it back from February. I didn't get my first bill, my child support bill, until June. So I didn't make any payments from February to June.
Right.
So it looked like negative payment. Like, it went negative on my credit. Like, I hadn't paid for those months. Because all of a sudden my credit score took. I'm like, what the hell is going on? And then when we had a child support hearing, and I asked the judge, and she was like, yeah, that's why. We went all the way back from when she filed. Okay. I wish y'all would have told me.
Right, right.
But I mean, it is what it is. Again, like I said, we're cordial, and yeah. So we take care of our business. But
right, but y'all not like, ha ha.
Nah, we ain't kicking it no time soon.
Dang it. Was the divorce mutual? Y'all both wanted it?
Nah. It was more so me.
Oh, okay.
It was more so me.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Really?
Oh, child support is coming for that ass.
Yeah, so that's another. I mean, I don't want to say she was being petty, but at the same time, there were some other things. Like she asked me at one point. She was like, "Well, how much do you think per month is good?" I said, "Well, let's let the judge determine that." Okay. Because I'd be like, "Yeah, I'll give you $300." Yeah. But no, but I just wanted it to be fair.
Okay.
I just wanted it to be fair.
And you feel like it was fair once they adjusted it, once you turned in the stuff, you felt like it's fair.
Yeah.
Okay. That's good.
Yeah. It's, it's still a lot, but it's like, okay, no, I get it. Because I know what she has to do. Yeah. I know what she has to do. Like, she's taking care of 2 boys. Now, she has a dude.
She's on the front line.
Yeah. She has a dude that lives with her. And sometimes I look at him, I'm like, yo, why ain't he kicking in? But it's not his job to take care of my boys.
Absolutely not.
But like there's a situation like, where there's some household stuff. I was like, yo, you need to talk to him. Because if he's going to be living there, then, he needs to take care of the household. Mm-hmm. That started something else. And yeah, man. But like now we're all cordial. Like, I called to talk to the boys Friday or Saturday. I think it was Saturday because I know I sent birthday gifts via Amazon, and I know some of them were delivered. So he picked up the camera phone. Was like, oh yeah, here's your boys, blah blah blah. He was like, yo, I like the jacket. He was like asking me questions about it, and my girl was sitting next to me. She was like, oh, he's awfully buddy. I was like, but it was like the first time him and I have ever really talked, and it was like cool, and I have no ill will against him. I mean, like, unless he puts his hands on my boys, of course, then it's like I gotta rally the troops. Yeah. Yeah, we going to Michigan in a van. Yeah, right. The little van with the little circle window at the top that you can't really look out of. Like, you got goons in the back with dead presidents. Yeah, we would have to wait till like May though, because it's cold, bro. That's the best time to knuckle up, man. When it's cold, get them cold knuckles. You get these cold hard hands. Get the cold knuckles, man. That's one thing I will say in my divorce. Like, for me personally, I couldn't have anybody around the kids that early. Even though when we split, my kids weren't as young as yours. They were. This is 2012, so they were. Shoot, Serene was 12, and then Sincere was 10. Yeah. Dang. I never had any women around the boys. It was like that was a different conversation for her and I. Yeah. Her and I are similar in the sense that we like being in relationships. We like having companionship. Right. So it was inevitable that she would have somebody and that I would have somebody. Right. I told her, I was like, just let me know who this dude is. Of course. Don't just let it be a surprise, which it actually turned out to be a surprise because I went out there for her father's funeral, which happened to be a week before my son's birthday. Went out there, a week early and everything. And she was like, oh, by the way, I need to introduce you to somebody. I was like, oh, the shock value. I was like, oh, you got your little boyfriend here? Where is he? Why the boyfriends always little? Like the new person, oh, you got your little girlfriend, your little boyfriend. Well, what was crazy was he was standing next to me the entire time I'm saying this. Yeah. So he's like, and he's a little bigger than me. So he's like looking down like, little, huh? That's what we do. I'm like, all right. He looked like Hagrid from Harry Potter. Little, huh? That's what's crazy is everyone has said he's a Mexican version of me, which is weird because I'm a Mexican version of me. Yeah. Like anyone who sees me is like, wait a minute, ain't you Mexican? Like, nah, bro, I'm mixed. not a Mexican in me. Yeah. Man, the little boyfriend. Yeah, the little boyfriend. At that time, they would just they just start dating. Okay. So, yeah. But her thing was, she was like, look, I trust you enough to pick someone who's right. I was like, well, that don't say much because I picked your ass, Oh, but she was right at the time. She was right, Y'all was bubbled up. I remember, y'all was Cake City, But it's always that's relationships. It's always. You see how silent I am right now. Y'all was Cake City. We was. Man. She was everywhere with me. Yeah, she was coming to all the shows, everything, man.
Y'all was Hansel and Gretel. I mean, no, not Hansel and Gretel.
They was brother and sister,
Yeah,
bro. That's
brother.
nasty.
Oh, no.
Y'all was Romeo. That's
Nah.
tragic, man. I'm trying to think of a couple that was healthy in literature.
It wasn't one.
The Macbeths. They did pretty well.
I don't know the story.
I don't know the story of Macbeth either.
Yeah.
Well, they loved each other.
Okay. Yeah, her and I definitely loved each other.
Yeah.
It's just, every relationship is like I always compare it to a tree. You have the people who are your trunks, your roots, your branches, your leaves. Leaves fall off every season, branches occasionally break off, and it was just time for our branch to break off.
So wait, is the relationship itself the whole tree, or you talking about
I don't know, man. I was just
life?
trying to sound.
Yeah, because I was like, wait, so
Somebody, one of y'all out there was feeling me. Somebody out there was like, yeah, man.
I didn't mean to deflate the metaphorical essence of what you was talking about, but like, is the tree?
The mangrove trees, they grow in the tropics. They kind of intertwine.
See, there you go.
But are we talking about? Is that one particular relationship the whole tree, or are you talking about your life?
I'm talking about life in general. So my life is the tree.
So your relationship was a branch on your tree.
Was a branch on my tree.
Okay, yeah, okay. I'm in now.
Okay,
I'm in. So the leaves are just like stuff that one night stands, falling out with
co-workers and stuff like that. Yeah.
And then okay.
Yep.
So okay, all right. So now you're in another branch.
I am on another branch. This one's a little more solid. It feels a little more solid.
It's always solid in the beginning.
It is, man. It is.
I feel like this is my take on relationships, because it always seems like the best thing smoking in the beginning.
Right.
But you gotta give it time. It's like how I review movies. It'd be like, Tony don't never get nothing 5 saxophones out of 5. Like, you gotta give it time. You gotta give it time to be a classic.
Yeah, very true.
Everything feels like a classic in the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
Not everything, but like oh man, she the one. We don't know yet.
Right.
You gotta put time in, like the honeymoon phase.
Oh yeah.
And then later on down the line, you be like,
can I tell you about this? So her and I, we met like at the tail end of June, right before 4th of July. Our very first date, we went out to this event that they usually have here in LA called Play. It's like a game night, whatever. We went there, and then right afterwards, we went to Denny's. We didn't leave each other's side till 7 in the morning. Like, we spent pretty much from 9:30 at night till 7 in the morning just talking.
Yeah.
And we talked every day since. Like, we moved super fast, but it was like, it just felt right. And we still going strong.
Yeah.
Still going strong. Like, super strong, and it's like every situation is different. Like, but yeah, she might be the one, man.
Okay.
We'll see.
Y'all live together?
Nah, man. I can't do that.
That's moving fast.
That's
moving.
I can tell you, we did something that I never thought I would ever do. We got matching tattoos, bro.
Oh, that's even worse than the move in.
Yeah.
That's even worse than the move in.
We got promise tattooed on our pinkies.
How you gonna be like, nah, man, the move in is too much?
Listen, because
we got matching tattoos.
Because I can cover this up. You can't cover up, rent.
You can kick out. You can move.
Who's getting that just becomes so difficult. Like, who gets kicked out? Who, it's But no, we have talked about it. Actually, we're just not in a position right now to move in just yet.
Yeah, I feel that.
Yeah,
I feel that. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
And so the boys, you talk to the boys on the phone. What are they talking about at 3 and 5?
Right. Let me tell you, man. Carter talks about nothing but bodily functions, bodily fluids, and dinosaurs.
Okay.
And chicken nuggets.
This lineup. Farts, dad, farts, triceratops, nuggets.
Yes. And then sometimes they're combined with triceratops farts and it's just
the boot-shaped chicken nugget that you always get in McDonald's. It's always that boot shape.
That was my favorite one because it fit perfectly in a dip container.
In the dip. I used to love chicken nuggets from McDonald's, man. Whenever they would have a 20-piece on sale for $5,
come back, man.
The pull-up was real.
Come back, man.
I'm good.
You good?
Yeah. Oh, definitely good.
I haven't had McDonald's in a minute. I don't know if you know, but I was diagnosed with high cholesterol, high blood pressure, diabetes.
Damn.
Yeah, man. I completely changed my lifestyle.
Took an L in that doctor's appointment.
Bro,
it was like, it was my first everything.
It was my first doctor's appointment in 11 years.
What were you doing?
Eating. Man,
we are terrible at going to the doctor.
That's, you know what?
But 11 years? Jesus.
Let's see.
That was a decade.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it was like my last doctor's appointment was when I got out the Navy in 2008.
Did you get STD checks?
Yeah, I got all that, bro. I'm clean.
No, I'm talking about within the 11 years.
Nah, man, I was out here living life to the fullest.
You was out here gambling. You don't know what you had.
Shaking dice, bro.
You was getting checked through your women.
Yeah.
Oh, you good?
You good?
Woo! I'm good too. I wasn't sure.
Yeah, man. But I was strapping up. I wasn't just out here just raw.
You better strap up because you ain't know what was going on.
Oh, bro, I did not.
You could have had Ebola this whole time. never knew what you had.
Nope.
Man.
By the grace of God.
Fellas,
bro.
man. Fellas. Wherever the camera's looking at me. Don't be doing this.
I wouldn't recommend it. I'm not here bragging.
No, you're not condoning it. But man, come on, guy.
I told when I found out, I immediately hopped on social media. It was like, yo, black men, especially because like there's a thing like where we don't go to doctors.
We don't.
You know? And so I was like, yo, black, we gotta go to the doctor because my blood pressure was so high. He was like, dude, you're at stroke level right now. And I was like, first thing I thought about was my boys.
Right.
You know, even now thinking about it, I'm getting emotional. And it's like, they're so young. And my father wasn't really there growing up. So I was like, I have to be there for them.
Absolutely.
And at that moment, and this was a month ago.
Oh, this is just went to the doctor.
Yeah, this was like maybe about 5 weeks ago.
Jesus Christ.
And
Jason born.
Bruh, in that month, I've already lost 25. 25
oh, man, your body is waiting for you to make a change. Like when you get to a certain like overweightness, your body's like, please, just change something. And as soon as you do, the weight comes off fast in the beginning, then it'll slow down. But like, man, because I remember when I was 272, I made the lifestyle change. This was back in 2003. And I lost like 20-some pounds in 3 weeks.
I was scared at first because I was like, maybe they didn't catch something in my blood test. What's going on? I'm dropping weight like crazy.
Yeah.
And it was just.
What'd you change?
No sodas. Like I drink really nothing, but I don't even really drink juice anymore.
Yeah.
You know, I enjoy it maybe like once or twice a week. You know, I'll cut out a lot of sugars. Fast food, done. This past weekend was my birthday, so I did dabble a little. Like, you know, I had that cheesecake, that pineapple upside down cheesecake.
What'd you have before that?
Oh, we went to the crab place.
What'd you have?
I had shrimp and crawfish.
Okay. Fried shrimp?
No, they don't fry they do like the steamed shrimp or whatever. Right. The same thing with the crawfish. I did have one soft shell crab, but I only ate half of it because it was like super greasy. So I was like, I'm
Did you dip it in the butter sauce?
No, it came with the sauce. There was like one had like a tomato based sauce, and the other one we did like a garlic butter. But man, like let me tell you, I bought this air fryer.
Oh yeah, I got one of those.
The one I have is a new one by Ninja, and if anyone out there, Ninja, like I need to do a commercial for you because I am an advocate. It's called the Ninja Foodie Grill. It has a grill accessory. Ooh. Bruh, when I tell you, like I have yet to use it. I've had it about a month now. I have yet to use a pan.
Okay.
I use like for my vegetables, like when I steam like the broccoli or the Brussels sprouts or kale, stuff like that. But everything else, air fryer.
Okay.
And grill.
You better watch out. They gonna tell Nikki, hey, he out here buying air fryer.
I got it as a gift for my birthday.
He out here. so you got money for air fryers now, trying to get your health back.
So I caught her, like her dude slipped up. I was talking to him and he was like, yeah, man, you know, because we were talking about buying the boys gifts, and he was like, yeah, man, we just bought Roman some Timberlands, man, and he already messed them up, and that was like $200. I was like, whoa, y'all got $200 for Timberlands? Y'all got $200 for baby Timberlands? First of all, I didn't know Timberlands cost $200.
Timberlands cost $200, but I would never buy a kid that age Timberlands.
No, my kids, stay in the Vans outlet, the Converse outlet.
They have to at that age. They're gonna be tearing them shoes in half, and I can't see. To see Timberland's raggedy just destroys my soul.
Like, I understand because they live in Michigan, they need boots, but
pay less,
bruh.
The Payless boots,
DSW, all that stuff,
all
Famous
that,
Footwear,
man.
all that, man.
Growing up in Chicago, man, Payless. I had the snow wings instead of the pro wings. I had the snow wing boots. The cheap boots did the trick. You know what I'm saying? Because they too little to appreciate.
Oh yeah. At that age, I thought you were talking about as a grown up. But how long?
Oh no, as a grown up, I got bougie with shoes like probably like 7th grade.
Okay, yeah.
But
that's when they started talking about you hard.
Oh yeah, it was Rose City. When I went to a different school, they was like, man, you got on Eagles, Stadiums, man. They was on my shoes. I was like, Nikes henceforth, and I panicked and got the ugliest Nikes I could afford. That matched none of my outfits.
I remember my first pair of Nikes. I was in, I think, 7th or 8th grade, and it's because I was on a basketball team. And my mom and dad bought me this pair of shoes called Stadia.
Yep, I had Stadias. Yep.
And I got lit up.
The Stadias will get you thrown on the grill.
Bruh,
Because it was I moved into an area where they had more money. It wasn't like, they was rich, but it was like, when I had the pro wings on, I was killing them. At my old school, we was all at Payless. When I moved over there, they was like, and the Eagles was a step up from the pro wing. Yes. I was like, I can get in with these Eagles.
Nah, bro. Nah. Do you remember the brand was that pretty much looked like Jordans? It was called like XJ900s or something.
Yeah. Oh, those, man. Those are like the bottom of the barrel, the XJ900s, because it was like all the numbers in there. They was like,
get them.
Jordans was something I couldn't even fathom.
Oh, I didn't even think about it.
I didn't even bother asking. My mom would have killed me just for asking.
I remember this kid on the basketball team showed up with some Jordans to play basketball in, and he said, he was like, yeah, man, paid $110 for these. I was like, what?
That's nosebleed prices in the 80s.
Like I had a seizure just thinking about it. $110 in it.
I've only recently started going over 100 for shoes.
Really?
Only in the last like couple years.
See, I blame my mother just because, like, I always, just had like bottom of the barrel shoes, and I always got made fun of. And I get she did what she could as a single mother. But then once I got my own, like making my own money, one of my first jobs was at Foot Action. So I had access to the Air Max and the Jordans and all.
With a discount?
With the discount.
With a discount.
But yeah.
Yeah, I couldn't work at a shoe store. I'd just be, even though I'm picky with shoes, when I like a pair, I like to get it. So that accumulate, like my shoe closet right now.
Ridiculous.
I'm about to get rid of some because I just need to get rid of because it's coming to a point where I have so many, I'm not wearing them all, and so it's just like, all right.
I'm on this new thing where I'm kind of off the Jordan thing and all that. Like a lot of these, like Nikes and Converse and Adidas, let you customize your own. Like you get customized shell toes. Oh God, yeah, customized shell toes.
Right, take your time, man. The stroke is kicking in.
What's my blood pressure?
Oh, you got a monitor?
Oh yeah, I got the Fitbit.
Oh hell yeah,
I'm all.
That's
in.
right. I got to start wearing my Fitbit again.
I'm all in on this health thing, man. One thing I didn't mention was they thought I had heart disease too.
Really?
So I had to take like this extensive heart test over at the UCLA Medical Center at the VA where UCLA is, and they put me in this big old machine and all this. Like, man, it was like. I've done the stress test before, but this was even more extensive. Yeah. And my results came back that my heart is healthy.
Okay.
You know, so it was like, I'm just now starting to being able to work out. Like I had stopped working out. Like I don't know if you remember, I used to have that 6-pack.
When was this?
When I got skinny. Remember Chaz even used to say, man, you skinny now.
You had a 6-pack?
Yeah, man.
I was around?
You was around. This was like 2011, 2012.
I don't remember.
I was full fit, bro.
You're gonna have to queue up the pictures on. I'm trying to remember Ryan with a 6-pack.
If y'all do some digging, you will see pictures of me like shirtless.
You was shredded up.
Yeah, man.
What happened, man? You was just eating.
Yeah, I love to eat, bro.
Man.
I love different combinations of food. Like foodie, I was a foodie. Yeah. You know, even like doing things like, for instance, everyone knows what a bacon wrap hot dog is, right?
Oh,
so I made a bacon wrap hot dog. Then I wrapped it in ground meat, grilled it. So I had a bacon wrap hamburger wrapped hot dog, bro.
You was on the fast lane with that casket.
It's like,
you was like, let me wrap it in. You might as well wrap that dog in casket sheets. You might as well have. You wanted this there.
That's the kind of stuff I was on, man.
You cooked it in a cremation oven. Like, yeah, I'm gonna be in here in no time. Might as well fry it in here. Lord have mercy.
Yeah, man.
That was ridiculous.
But that's like, I love food. So I was always like, even now, I love to cook. You know, and so like I thought about like opening up food trucks and stuff like that. Like I used to, like I made these pork rind nachos, right?
Oh.
Pork rind nachos with a cheddar chorizo beer sauce with pulled pork, bacon. Yeah, man. Like that's the kind of stuff I was on. Like I'm trying to be creative.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
definitely.
I made Thanksgiving nachos. I had these sweet potato tortilla chips. I did some pulled smoked turkey. Put some cranberries on it. Some mac and cheese.
That sounds good, actually.
Yeah, man. Let me tell you.
That right there.
Because you know, as a comedian, as writers, we're creative. So I'm even creative when it comes to food.
Yeah.
Bro. So
that was something that it sounded like it won't kill you right away until you brought the mac and cheese.
Oh yeah, mac and cheese.
I was like, wait. With the sweet potatoes, the turkey, and the cranberries, that's not so bad right there.
It's good as an hors d'oeuvre, but not as a full meal. You have something this big, it's okay. But if you're something this big, you're in trouble.
Full blown plates.
Well, the nachos can be whole meals.
Yeah, it can, but not when you putting like deep fried.
No, it's not healthy. But I'm just saying, we used to have nacho plates for dinner.
Oh yeah,
and we used to do the nachos, and then we put the ground beef in there. We put the cheese on the top. Put the plate in the oven.
Yes.
Let the cheese melt in the oven. Take that out. Sour cream, tomatoes.
Now,
lettuce.
Did you ever do it with Doritos?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
The regular Doritos was so good. I miss Doritos, man.
You don't eat Doritos?
I miss filth.
Dude. And I just gave it.
I don't miss meat. I just miss filth.
When I came home, like I cleaned out like my cabinets, my refrigerator. I had so much stuff. Like because I wouldn't eat meals. I would snack all day, you know. But I would maybe eat one meal a day, but everything in between, chips and all this other stuff.
Yeah.
And, like, oh my God, like you know what Biscoff cookies?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
That's what they make the cookie butter out of. I had a Costco-sized box of it, bruh.
Cookie butter is the devil. I remember I was getting that for a little bit. This girl I was dealing with at the time, like, cookie butter from Trader Joe's. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Try it out. And I was like,
bruh, cookie butter and vanilla ice cream.
Man.
See, let me stop. I'm on a different. Let me sip some
It's a
water.
journey.
Sip some water.
It's a journey, man. Maya, what you got over there on the control panel?
Well, both of our stories are about when is a child grown. The first one is a study of social workers who said that a child must be 12 years old or older to be left alone for 4 hours. How old do you think a child can be to leave them alone for 4 or more hours?
You say 12?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I was left alone early.
Bruh, in a black family, you left alone as soon as you can make a sandwich.
Yeah. I feel like it was like that in the 80s and 90s. Now everybody's all tight, but like I was definitely home alone before 12. But there was a time where I couldn't go home by myself. I had to wait for my brother to come get me. And then I'm trying to think of when I was like truly like alone for a good block of time.
I was around 10, but I was the only child too.
Yeah.
So I was around 10. I want to say around 10 years old when the first time I was just like left alone. And then on top of that, like that's when I was able to walk home from school and everything like that. So like I was never really home alone like for a long period of time because my mom would get off of work at like 4. I would get out of school at 3. By the time I get home, my mom's home at 5. Or my dad, when he was working construction, he'd be home 3:30, 4 o'clock. So I was never really.
I think by the time I really started being home alone, it was when we was on 73rd and Bennett in Chicago. I had to take 2 buses to school, so I started doing that like. No. Before then, when we was on Calumet. Okay, so I'm thinking 12, 13. This is like 89. 89. So I was probably about 12 was probably when I started being home alone. Like for real, like I would go home by myself, key in the door. I had a key. I'm in there like, yeah, I'm at the crib. I'm making burgers in the oven.
Yeah.
Remember when you would broil burgers, how slimy they would get on the top?
Right.
I hated that slime. I'd be like, yeah.
You scraping
you
burger
would
patties
broil,
like toast.
Yeah, you would broil it. And it was just, that was my first way of cooking burgers because I was by myself at the crib. And I was like,
couldn't use the pan.
Yeah, and then, she didn't trust me with the skillet yet. And I probably would have had the fire high in degree. We were getting the basic ground beef, so it was super greasy.
It was like 40, 60.
Man, it was pop. It was a shootout in the kitchen with the
patties start off this big, and then by the time you're done, it's the size of an Oreo.
Had the flame on max. That grease was shooting at you when you come in the kitchen like, I'm flipping the table over, hiding behind it. I got to get the spatula. It was just, we need reinforcements. But yeah, so I think 12 was when I started really feeling fully functional, doing stuff on the solo tip.
So, yeah, I want to say I was like 10, but I remember one of the first things I did when I was home alone. I used to roast marshmallows. I would get like a fork and put marshmallows, and like roast the marshmallows. And one day, it was a barbecue fork that I had it on, and marshmallow caught on fire. Instead of me blowing it, I blow it out. I start shaking it, and I shook it real hard. And I look at the fork, and it's gone. And I look up, and all of a sudden, I just hear a smack on the back of my hand. I had a flaming marshmallow.
Oh,
and as you can see, I still got the burn.
You still got the burn, man.
Yeah, man. I remember my mom came home, and I had my hand all wrapped up with ice and everything. I was being all over. She's like, "What happened?" Got a whooping over some marshmallows.
She didn't know you was roasting marshmallows on the solo tip.
Nah,
that was a risky move.
It was.
Marshmallows be waiting to catch fire. And like, yeah.
It's actually funny you say that because this story, in the survey, they responded differently whether the child got injured or not. So if the child was injured by being left home alone, they say it's neglect. But if it wasn't, they said, no, it's fine. So right now, there is no standard of when you can leave a child home alone.
Yeah, I think it all depends. Worker. I mean, you can tell I think parents know when their child is mature enough.
Yeah.
And it also depends. Like I said, like for my situation, both of my parents, my dad left when I was 11. But both my parents worked. And it was like they either had to take off work early to come get me. And my school was like 4 or 5 blocks away, or I just walk home. And they were like, you know what? He could be home for an hour. And that's what it was. It just what it had to be. You know? So
it's usually like what it had to be. Like, just be home for an hour. We'll be home. Like,
all right. It was like, don't answer the door for nobody.
Right.
Don't answer the phone. I'm like, but what if you call? I'm like, no, don't answer the phone. my mom called one time. I was like, hello? I thought I told you not to answer the phone. I'm like, she got
you
me.
out here not listening, boy. I'm on my way. You getting the whooping.
Yep. But yeah, it's what it had to be, and I think nowadays so many people are looking for somebody to tell on, like that's why we don't do that's why parents nowadays don't do the things that happened to us, right. Growing up, because like so many eyes are on us. There's cameras everywhere. So many people ready to snitch, and stuff like that. So
yeah.
Really just depends.
This depends on the kids, man. Like when you see, how your kids do. But like, man, if you was by yourself for a full day, this house would be in shambles.
Oh yeah.
Well, some kids you like, you know what? I'll be right back. And you leave for 7 hours, come back. I knew I could trust you.
Yeah.
You gotta throw the kids in the water sometimes.
Do you think there should be some sort of national standard so parents know?
Nah, because it really depends on the kid. Yeah. Because, some kids are trash. Some kids, even 17, trash. 18, like, I don't know how you gonna live by yourself.
Yeah, man.
You worry about that even when they old. Some adults I see be like, God damn, man, do you have any home skills?
Right. Oh, absolutely. Man. I know some adults, they be like,
yeah.
How you gonna survive?
How you gonna survive by yourself?
Yeah, man.
You just see the habits and the traits, and you be like, look, you are not built for living alone.
Right.
And keeping like an adequate dwelling. So it's like, it just depends.
Yeah, it really does.
That should be the standard. It depends.
Yeah. I feel like it should be just like a driving test. The kids should have to take a test.
Mm-hmm.
Like.
They come in checklist. Oh, look at this over here. What's that? Marshmallow burn? Yeah. They're checking you off.
Right,
right. Burger grease all over the kitchen. All right.
And it's going to be that one kid like Home Alone that's going to have everything set. He's set. Mm-hmm. He's a survivor. He got Hot Wheels under the window, broken Christmas tree.
Kevin McAllister was living his best life in that house.
Let me tell you. I read something that said Kevin McAllister grew up to be old boy from Saw.
Oh, I peeped that yesterday. I peeped that list. It was like dark secrets about Home Alone. Yeah. Talking about his dad was a mob boss. That's why he got defensive when he was in. What, am I under arrest or something? I saw that whole list. I was like, yo, this is wild.
Kevin McAllister grew up to be Jigsaw.
He could be.
He want to play a game. Yes. Oh, yeah.
Kev was too happy to be solo, man. Too many tricks up his sleeve.
Oh, yeah.
He would have killed people in real life.
Oh,
the stuff he put them through, an iron to the forehead.
Bruh, I watched Home Alone 2 like this past weekend. He threw a brick at old boy's head.
That'd been
from the second story.
That'd been the end of the movie right there. But like the brick.
Yes.
Joe Pesci dodged the first brick and the second brick. And he called like three bricks on the ground.
He caught him to the face.
And then he finally called Joe Pesci. That's the end of the movie in real life. Bricks from that high? Oh, horrible death.
The head catching on fire. When he dipped his head was already on fire. He dipped his on fire head into a bowl of kerosene.
Whoosh. Death.
Death.
They still would have died before they got to that level in the game. What's his name got electrocuted?
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Death.
Yes.
The toolbox coming down the steps.
Yep.
I like Home Alone 2 better than the first one.
The setup was definitely a little bit better.
Like I laughed harder at the pranks at the end.
Yeah.
And then up until the point, it had more interesting characters in the first one, like Tim Curry and Rob Schneider. And,
yep.
I don't know. I just,
He was asking for tips.
He was like, "Oh, sorry, sir. I still have some tip left over." And he was like, "Oh, all right, yeah, that water cash." But the mob boss money. Look at the hotel he was staying in New York.
That's true.
Sabrina took me to that hotel when we was in New York. We walked over there. I was like, "Oh, this is it. This is where it all." I was looking for the pigeon lady.
The pigeon lady, yes.
Mm-hmm. But what else is going on, Mike?
Well, according to a global survey by the Murdoch Global Research Institute, they found that the average age worldwide, so of all 193 countries, for children to switch from a pediatrician to a regular doctor is 17.4 years old. Oh, so that's when people are considered grown. In the United States, it's 19 years old.
What?
Yeah, pretty old. And in South Africa, it's 11 and a half.
Oh, South Africa, you out here. Fully realized at 12.
They out on their own. Yes, absolutely.
You got a pension, a briefcase. You 12. Documents with nothing on them.
At 12, you seen a grown-up doctor? I feel like my balls ain't dropping 12.
Man, 12? But 19 is too old.
You know what? I think the 19.
From a pediatrician?
I think those are the kids that are with a parent on their parents' insurance or whatever.
That's ridiculous, man.
Because I stopped seeing my pediatrician once I got hair down there.
I mean, yeah.
My mom was like, "No, you don't need to be going to no little."
As a pediatrician, I'll be like, once I see hair, I'll be like, all right, you moved up. You moved up.
You go next door.
Get your hair out of here.
Get you and your hair.
Yeah. Once they do the cough, and is that hair? You in the wrong place. Yep.
Did you have a male or a female, or a man or woman?
I would get both because I was going to different like people. I didn't have a set doctor the whole time. So when I would get physicals and they would, paw up the package, I was like,
yeah. I grew up next to my pediatrician. Like she lived next door, and that was awkward because like, she would know like certain. Like I remember hearing a conversation like, Ryan's about to go through puberty. Her telling my mom, I'm like,
that's great, man. Like thinking back as a kid is weird, but thinking back,
yeah.
I would love to live next door to my doctor. I would be getting on their nerves though. I'd be like, so my legs are numb this morning. Can you see me in the office? No, right here, right here. We right here.
You on the toilet. That's what you call the doctor over.
I'm telling you, I'll be. I felt weird last night. Come on, man.
Yeah, man.
I would love it though, but
I can see how as an adult how I would love it, but at the same time how the doctors probably live next.
Especially you don't go to doctors. You need that.
I do that. Let me tell you, I've been to the doctor at least twice a week.
Yes.
Ever since.
Man.
I got a doctor's appointment. Today's Tuesday. I got a doctor's appointment on Thursday.
Yes. I'm proud of you, man.
It's a therapist actually, man.
Oh.
Yep, I'm going to see a therapist.
I've been thinking about doing therapy. The stand-up is my therapy.
I used to say that, but then it's, as comedians, we can talk to we make each other laugh. But one of the things I told my therapist recently, I was like, you know what? I was like, people always, my non-comedian friends call on me to make them feel better.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't have nobody to call on. It's like, I mean, I could talk to y'all, but y'all, everyone's dealing with their own kind of thing. And I don't feel right, putting myself on other people.
Yeah. And then we're going to start roasting you,
yeah,
too.
Bro. Like,
especially me.
What you...
you
got
daddy issues? A stroke?
Yeah, right. Exactly. So, like this, like in the 3 sessions that I've had have been amazing.
Okay. Yeah, I've been thinking about doing that too. Getting some young therapy.
Do it, man.
I think we should all do it. Like if I wasn't doing stand up, I would have been in the therapist sooner. But I really feel like because I'll be opening up on stage, I'll be like, man, listen, and then I get that out in front of people, and it's just like, and I feel better opening up in front of strangers,
right?
The people I know, because I feel like it's less judgment. Even though the crowd be judging.
Oh, crowds are so.
But I don't care. I just be like, oh, y'all think y'all better than me, and then I just,
right.
But I'm not personally attacked or offended.
Right.
When you tell somebody you close to, you can feel like, oh, you think I'm a horrible person.
But like, are there areas in your life that you don't talk about on stage?
Only because protection for the other people involved. That's the only reason. Like for me,
you got goosebumps.
It's chilly. Like for me, I don't mind, but like because it was stuff I was talking about on stage. I'm like, Mom, you mind if I talk about this shit? Like, I don't want my business. I was like, yeah, I'll shelve it or like stuff like that. But,
like, and I get it because like one of my one of the jokes I get the most response of when I talk about how Carter caught me beating off one time. As a 2-year-old, and I didn't have my response was like, "You want some juice?" Like I couldn't think of nothing. Like when you got your stuff in your hand, your 2-year-old standing right there looking at you. It's like I didn't know what else. I was like, "Go sit down. You want some juice?" I had I could tell that on stage, but like for instance, I'm about to open up. Like my dad was abusive. So I never said, you still laugh. I don't know if you laughing at me getting abused by my father.
No, it's just you give me a chance to recover. Let me catch my breath like dynamite.
No, but like I don't think I could ever talk about that on stage. So that's what I go talk about stuff like that on.
I would definitely. I've never been abused, but like I would definitely talk about that on stage. Like if it was something where I felt like I was the victim of somebody, I would feel free enough to be like, I'm gonna talk about it. And I wouldn't care about the other person because you did me wrong anyway. So I'm talking about it all.
Right.
And I would definitely have no problem being like, man, I was abused. This, that, man, you would just beat me just for walking up. And then, go from there. But like, But I get it. Like, but that beating off and you want some juice,
Bruh.
the scramble for anything, you want some juice.
It was, and someone, I remember telling that, and somebody was like, did you make that into a joke? I'm like, no, that I tell the story exactly how it happened.
Man, funny, man.
Like, you can't make that up.
But now he gonna be traumatized about juice.
Bro,
People gonna be like, would you like some juice? He gonna be like,
no lie, 2 weeks later, Nicole
on.
was changing his diaper. And he was playing with himself. He's like, juice. And she gonna know now.
His whole life, juice is that.
Yes, his juice is associated.
So you've been juicing, huh? Yeah, I've been juicing. I've been juicing.
Yep. Man.
Oh, that's funny.
Can't
Sorry,
make that.
man.
Look, folks. You can't make up comedy. Like it's.
You want some
juice?
What was you scrambling with your shorts?
No, so I was in the bathroom. He was supposed to be taking a nap, and so I had the laptop open. And
was the door open?
Yeah, because he was sleeping, and so I was like, okay,
that was a risky move.
I was like, I could hear his of the foot, of the feet. It was a very risky move, but I was into it. I got to a point where my head was back, my eyes was closed. I was into it, and I didn't hear the footsteps. And then Carter, he still does it, but sucks on his finger.
You close your eyes during the juice?
Bro, during the juice, I was all in, bro. I was all in.
I've never closed my eyes during the juice. I'm fully like.
You trying to see? I was into it, man. I thought I was, alone.
You was out of here. You was like, yeah.
Oh, bro, I was full.
The whole family in the bathroom, like.
Yeah, man, and like literally, like Carter sucks on his finger, so that's what I heard. Like, I looked up, I was like, ooh, and I was like, do I close the laptop because I'm watching porn? Do I close the laptop? Do I put my stuff away? What? And that's what caused the mad scramble. It was like, yeah, go sit down. You want some juice? Let me tell you, juice. Parents understand. Juice, kids love juice, so you could just whatever it is you can offer them juice, and they be like, yeah, I want some juice, so I just did whatever I could to get them out of there, man.
Juice, man. He can see you murdering somebody. Oh, you want some juice?
Yeah.
Putting the gun up in your trousers.
Exactly.
Oh man, dog. That's so funny.
Real life.
And you don't know how long he was standing there.
Oh, bro, he could no.
He could have been there for long.
He could have been there from jump. Because I told you I thought he was asleep, so I was into it.
Oh man,
I was into it.
Was your pants all the way down
around the ankle?
Oh,
there was no pulling up. There was no. It was.
You was fully relaxed.
Fully. Yeah, I was fully relaxed and all in, bro.
You just really just be, because for me, my eyes be open, pants barely pulled down.
See, you got to get into it. Man.
Nah, I'm into it.
You're not fully into it if your eyes open, you looking around.
I mean, I'd like to know what's going on. And plus, I'm looking at something.
Oh, I was looking at.
I'm watching
right.
this. You like forget all
man, can
this.
You not judge my masturbation style?
I'm to the heavens on this one.
Into
Into
the light.
Oh man.
Yeah, man.
Sorry, Maya, you had to hear all this.
Yeah. Sorry.
That's funny. Whew. What else is going on before we get out of here?
Well, we'll have one audience question.
Okay.
And since we're already filthy, I'll go for this one. Trey Tucker asks, how y'all doing? I'm just wondering if it's possible to make it in the entertainment industry without doing stuff I'm not into. He said dabbling in drugs, weird parties, or favors. I already know the industry is crazy and everything ain't what it appears to be. But for some people that want to make the money and provide for my fam without any funny business. So I guess he wants to make money and provide for his family without doing anything weird. And wants to know, is that possible?
Well, the thing about Hollywood being what did he say? Hollywood is not what it seems to be? Is that what he said?
He says he knows the industry is crazy and everything isn't what it appears to be.
Heard rumors.
And that right there, Hollywood isn't what it appears to be is the main thing, because everybody says you got to do this to get on. That's not true. You know what I'm saying? So that right there is a Hollywood fallacy in itself. Like I've never had somebody proposition me or like, yeah, you wanna, maybe it does happen, but I don't think you have to do anything out of your character or out of your comfort zone or anything like that to make it.
Absolutely.
Now, granted, I haven't fully made it yet, but I still feel like
you've made it, man.
I don't feel like I have to. Man, I gotta smash a producer,
right?
Nah, that's ridiculous.
Yeah, I've never been propositioned or had to do anything, but I think one of the things, like, because he alluded to like doing weird stuff, like you see people who are doing like the cinnamon challenge and stuff like that, or the Tide Pod challenge to try and make it.
Yeah,
you don't have to do that, man. There's other lanes to do, what you want to do without having to do outside of your comfort zone. Do what you feel comfortable doing,
right?
And if you're not comfortable doing something, don't do it. You're gonna make it regardless.
Mm-hmm.
If it's meant for you, it's gonna happen. So just be you, bro.
Yeah, I think that myth is really embedded in people's minds. Like you gotta.
Well, because you hear so many rappers talk about it, and other actors, like the casting. You hear about the casting couch. You hear about so and so smash so and so just so they can get a record deal and stuff like that. Like, nah, man.
And I'm sure, I'm not saying it doesn't ever happen.
Right.
I'm not saying it's not out here. It could.
Yeah.
But I don't feel like that's the only way to
get
get ahead is to do all of that.
Do you think it's different for men and women?
Well, where women is a definite difference to it. But it's a lot of gay men with positions of power in this industry. So it's a lot of men getting propositioned too. So it's definitely.
You want some juice?
Yeah, like, you want some juice? Like, wait, what you talking about?
What you mean, bro?
Kind of juice you? Oh, all right. So listen, but it's definitely women have to move differently in all walks of life. Period. And that goes for Hollywood too. They got to be extra protective of themselves. They got to watch out for predatory actions getting used for their body. So they have to have the extra protection on, the extra armor at all times. Now, women out here getting kidnapped tough on the sex trafficking tip. So that's a whole nother. So definitely for women, it's but at the same time, like some women do use their body to climb the ladder. Like, yeah, I'm gonna sex my way to the top with no apology.
Yeah,
like I feel like I don't have that that luxury. I'm about to sex my way to the top. Bro. Who wants some of this pink? They be like, man, sit your ass down. Oh, all right, well, I'm here if you need it.
Yeah, nah, man.
Yeah, I don't think I can sleep my way to the top, but
I tried.
But if I was Mom Dickie though, like,
oh man,
come on, man, you know what I'm saying? Where I can smash dudes and women. If I was that guy.
If you were that guy.
I'd be like, yeah, I'm at the top now. You slept your way to the top. I did.
Yeah, like, and?
I'll be on Barbara Walters. I did all that, Barbara.
Oh, yeah.
Look at the camera. I smashed everybody to get here.
Tell them how I smashed you, Barbara.
Yeah, Barbara, you act like we wasn't smashing before the interview. Look at your wig. Look at your wig. I did that.
Her wig is like T.I.'s beanie.
This is off to the side. I did that, man. And when the camera stopped, we going to do it again, Barbs.
Oh, yeah.
But, yeah. So, yeah, man, you can definitely still, do something in this business without selling your soul.
Be yourself.
Yeah, man.
Because yourself is who are people going to be attracted to.
Right.
At the end. So.
And you don't have to do all these stupid internet viral stuff just to get attention either. No. Don't go that route either. Stay in your lane, and the audience will find you. Just be consistent in whatever you do, though.
Consistency is key.
Yeah, that's the major theme that runs through any bouts of success.
Yep,
consistency.
Yep. If you ask any YouTube influencer, they post 3, 4, 5 times a week. You know, if you doing comedy, we were doing open mics 2, 3 times a day. I know you were doing 4 or 5 sometimes.
Yeah.
But every night of the week you got to hit a stage. As a writer, I write every day. Every single day I write. If it's a paragraph, cool. If it's a outline, if it's a script, if it's a synopsis, whatever.
Right.
I write every single day.
Consistency.
Yep.
is the key. Consistent key.
Yeah,
Is what I call it.
Oh, nice. I see what you did there.
Right, guys? Yeah. Nothing? All right. Anyway, we over time, man. Thanks for coming, man.
Thanks for having me.
I'm going to have you back up in here, man. We're going to talk about juice and other things of that nature.
Can my beard come?
Yeah. I want to hear more from the beard next time. 'Cause he would have closed the door and had his pants up still. Had the beard been caught, the beard would have never been caught.
That beard never.
But I left the juice on the counter before. As soon as your kid was reaching for the door, now the juice is on the counter. I know you're out there. I'm already prepared.
Oh yeah, man.
Tell people where they can find you.
Oh man. Find me on Instagram at Ryan Lumas, RyanLumas. Facebook, Ryan Anthony Lumas. And YouTube, Ryan Lumas. And also watch on Bounce TV, Family Time and In the Cut. I'm a writer on both of those shows, as well as Wildin' Out.
Oh, man, you out here, man.
Yeah.
You better than us out
A little
here,
bit.
man. We want that child support.
See, that's why I'm doing all this work.
We all want it, man. We want our cut. Y'all can find me at Tony Baker Comedy on everything, TonyBakerComedy.com. If you're in Virginia, I'll be at Virginia Beach Funny Bone this weekend. 6 shows, actually.
Nice.
Thursday through Sunday. And then Tampa, I'll be there Thanksgiving weekend.
Get that work.
Friday through Sunday. So pull up if y'all in those areas, man. I'm coming out there, man. Don't leave me out here lonely with nobody at the shows, man. And thank you, Maya, for holding us down.
Thank you, Maya.
At the command center.
Yes.
If you have any questions, ask them in the YouTube comment section. We'll tackle them on the show. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And tell your friends, tell your loved ones, put everybody on to the daddy issues. And we out here.
Yeah, we out.